Today I want to share with you a technique that I use for a long time, and that has brought fabulous results to my life and for the people who I am teaching and that are putting into practice. Actually, this technique is a mix of two other very powerful techniques. And you know that, who are cooker knows that if you mix two foods, two very tasty ingredients, unless they are completely incompatible, the result is a tasty top recipe. Well, the same thing happens with I will teach you today. We will unite two very powerful techniques, the Ho'oponopono and the gratitude. It is possible that you already know these two techniques, and it is possible that you have never had the idea of joining these two in just one thing, but I'll explain a little bit each one, in a separate way. Because maybe you are hearing about them for the first time. And it's important that you understand what you are practicing. So after you can put into practice and achieve truly transformative results. Let's start first with Ho'oponopono, which is a technique that was developed in Hawaii. And that is extremely simple, but extremely powerful and liberating. If you take the words, we have Ho and Oponopono, and they are separated word, there's an apostrophe between them. The Ho word means cause, and the Oponopono says perfection. So if you unite the two words, you will have something like, something that causes perfection, or maybe to returning to have as cause, the seeking of perfection again. But actually, the right translation to this word is to correct a mistake or make it right. What mistakes? Anything that is wrong in your life. Anything that is not flowing the way it should be. Perhaps your health. Maybe your emotions. Maybe the financial life. Perhaps your self-esteem aren't in the way you'd like. Maybe your marriage. The relationship with your child. So the Ho'oponopono works, basically by making things right. It can make things happen in the way they're supposed to happen once again. In what way he does that? It will clean memories. It will clean your conscious and your subconscious. All your memory layers. Layers that somehow fell ill. Actually, these emotional memories, they don't stay just in our brain. They stay all over our body. Our cells goes keeping memories of things that happened in your life. In your childhood. In your teenagehood. For those who work with reincarnationist lines, they even speak about the possibility of cleaning the memories in other lives. But we are not going to enter in this topic. Let's talk about now, about this life that we have now, that you already have a lot to deal with and to solve. You need to heal these memories, and the Ho'oponopono does exactly that. It cleans these memories. When it was developed in Hawaii. And some people even credit the wrong person for the technique. I wrote down the name of the healer, the spiritual leader, who developed the technique. Because the name is complicated. Hawaiians' names are actually very complicated. So actually, she sought these teachings from those ancient traditional runes, and she mixed with Christian principles. With things that she believed, from her Christian principles. Her name is, Our Lady. She has already passed away. Forgive me if I speak her name wrong at this time. Morna. Nalamaku. Simeona. She's known just for Simeona, so let's make our life easier and call her just Simeona from now on. Then it turns out that she had a student. A doctor. A very dedicated one. Who was working with her for 10 years. Which is another complicated name to speak. But after I'll give the name with which he became known. Dr. Ihaleaka. Hugh. Len. Known better as Dr. Len, so let's make our life easier then? So Simeona, she sought these rune traditions, mixed with Christian principles, and developed a technique. But who popularized and tested in a powerful way this Shimeon's technique, was Dr. Len. So it is often said that Dr. Len is the responsible. That one behind me, passing there, is my mother looking for my puppy or my kitty. I don't know which one of the two she is looking for. So Dr. Len was who ended up popularizing. Why? Because he took this technique, and he worked in a psychiatric, hospital. Actually in a government hospital. With several wings, and there had a psychiatric ward. But in that psychiatric ward, were hospitalized very serious cases. Cases of people who had killed. who had committed the baddest kind of crimes. But, people who was considered that they committed their crimes because they had some kind of psychiatric problem. But it was a wing, that all the employees who works in this hospital, they end up getting sick. Because of the energy that was so heavy and also by the attitude of these prisoners. They even, just for you to have a clue. The employees even walk through the corridors, leaning against the walls. Why that? To guarantee that they wouldn't be murdered or attacked by one of those patients. So it really was a very serious and a severe question there. And then Dr. Len decided to use the Shimeon's technique inside of that hospital. And he had impressive results. Look, these two. It's Ho and Benny, running over there. So impressive results. People who began to heal, to recover, to be discharged, to be able to leave the hospital. And so many cases have happened during those 3 years that Dr. Len, there in Hawaii, used these techniques, that this hospital wing was even closed down, because there were no more people to stay inside, because people were cured. For 3 years, using the Shimeon's technique, Dr. Len achieved impressive results. And how this arrived in Brazil. How this came for us here in Brazil, being so far from the Hawaii. The Hawaii that is a wonderful place. I had the opportunity to travel in 2018. So how we had access through Joe Vitale. That several of you must know, in the book Limite Zero. So he talked about the Ho'oponopono. He talked to us and we started to use it. Well, basically, the Ho'oponopono. It works with 4 sentences. 4 sentences. That you will repeat over several times, and I will explain later how is it that you will repeat. You start by saying, I am sorry. Write down the phrases. I'm also going to put Thai on the screen. So I am sorry. Forgive me. I love you. And I am grateful. I am sorry. I love you. Forgive me. And I am grateful. And what is that we're accessing when you use these 4 phrases? Look how cool. Regret. Reconciliation. By I am sorry. By forgive me. We are working the forgiveness. I love you. We are working the love. And I'm grateful. We are working the gratitude. Look. How powerful. I am sorry. Please, forgive me. I love you. And I am grateful. Marcia Luz, how can 4 so simple phrases can have such an overwhelming effect of healing? That can even have cured an entire psychiatric ward of criminals, making these people recover themselves. Do you remember? Everything stays in our subconscious. Everything stays in the cell's memory. Everything we do throughout life is infecting us. Either positively or negatively. When there is too much to be released, to be healed, to be resolved, to be solutioned, you somehow need to clean up. And with these 4 phrases, what you are doing, it's exactly cleaning up those memories. However, a very curious thing that happened is that Simona, she developed 2 Ho'oponopono techniques. One being interpersonal, between the people, where she gathers people in a room. And they talked about their differences, about their sorrows. They were going cleaning up all this. Then they were regretting, forgiving, loving and thanking. But what she discovered is that you can do it interpersonal too. I.e., you don't have to put all the people who have problems to solve in the same room. You, all by yourself, only with your emotions, using these phrases, you will manage to heal the things that are in you and the things that are in the other. Marcia, what do you mean? The other does not know that I am using these phrases and I can access him? Yes. Remember when Jung spoke about the unconscious collective? Remember that everything is interconnected by invisible wires? Remember that when you think too much of a person, suddenly she appears, without having called her, and then suddenly you ran into her or she herself calls you? We are connected by invisible wires. When you make this auto-healing, you are also healing the other person too. Why? Because you are connecting the divinity, God, who dwells within you. Or for the Christians, the inner Christ, who dwells in you. And you are accessing the God, the inner Christ, the divinity, that is in the other, who does not even know that you are using this technique. But in the field of emotions, in the field spiritual, you are getting access to these people. The most interesting thing is that Shimeon discovered that you can deal with things. Because everything is energy. Everything is made of atoms. Everything. A chair, a table, a pet, a wall, the clothes we're wearing, the food, all made of atoms. And if you take the atoms and decrease and decrease them, The last existing particles is energy. Everything is energy, and that means the following. That you accesses the energy field, through the most powerful thing we have. That materializes the energy. That are the words. When you repeat, I am sorry, forgive me, I love you and I am grateful. You are able to access the memories. Not memory in the sense of what we remember, but all the baggage that an atom has. So you can do this exercise with your pet. You can do this exercise with someone in your family, that you want to cure, that you want to forgive, that you want to help. You can do this exercise with the money, like I want to attract more money for my life, I will clean up anything unresolved related with money. You can do it with your health. You can do it with whatever you want. Then we are talking about Hupunyono. We are talking about an Hawaiian technique that arrived for us through Jovatali. Okay, and what gratitude has to do with that? Who has been with me the longest on this channel knows how powerful gratitude is. I already study this topic for many years. There are dozens of thousands students in my gratitude courses, and I defended my doctoral degrees last year in the United States, proving exactly that gratitude works. That is not a matter of belief, it is science. Then, so far, people believed. And now they know it's true, thanks to my doctoral thesis, that I defend in the United States, proving that gratitude really works and it's science. Now, imagine to put together the Hupunyono, that already has gratitude in this history, because, remembering, the last phrase is I am grateful. Then you unite with the power of gratitude, enhancing the Hupunyono. And how we empower in such a simple way, that looks like a child's toy, but works in a very powerful way. Instead of you saying, I am sorry, please, forgive me, I love you and I am grateful. In the time of the I am grateful, you will repeat 3 times. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. In the same way that my students already use this I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. Marcia lose, why is it 3 times? Why not 5, or 8, or 2, or 4? Because the number 3 is a very powerful spiritually number. For an example, for us Christians, we work with the Most Holy Trinity. Remember, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. They are 3. If you resort to all the psychological and psychoanalytic lines, you will know that we also have 3 entities. The id, the ego and the superego. That also makes up what is the human being. If you think about how we function in matter of our constitution, we have the body, the mind, and the emotions, so there's also a triad. So the number 3, it's a very powerful one. Because he materializes. It makes that all spiritual energy can concentrate and potentialize. If you remember the Aladdin's lamp genie, how many wishes you could request? Exactly, 3. So the 3 is a very powerful number. And what we're going to do? We are going to repeat, I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. Then, the people, who usually do the Ho'oponopono out there, they say just once. But we, guardians of gratitude, we, who believe in the power of gratitude, we're going to do the Ho'oponopono, saying 3 times I am grateful. So how does it get started? Starts with I am sorry. So you're admitting that you're sorry, you don't want things to happen this way. Forgive me. I love you. And we finish by saying I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am sorry. Forgive me. I love you. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. So we are going to do this little adjustment, so we can have a true Hupunyono of gratitude, by saying 3 times I am grateful. How many times I repeat these 4 phrases? And remembering again that the last sentence we repeat 3 times I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. The ideal is that you do it 108 times. If you count the pebbles of the rosary, of a chaplet, you will see that it has exactly 108 pebbles. I've had planned another video, explaining why the number 108 is very powerful, because in this video I already stretched too much, right? You will repeat 108 times. You can even use a chaplet or a rosary in accompanying the pebbles. Then you know when you spoke 108 times. I want to say to you that in very extreme situations, in situations that I was living some very serious problem, that I was needing to solve the problem, I don't do just 108 times, I do much more than that. I'll go to sleep talking. I'm sorry, please, forgive me, I love you, I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. I'm sorry, please, forgive me, I love you, I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. I'm sorry, please, forgive me, I love you, I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. Since I take too long to fall asleep, I'm not one of those good people in bed that just lays and sleep. I usually take an hour to fall asleep. Imagine that I spend at least an hour repeating these phrases. So I must speak more than 400 times in a row. But look how many memory cleaning that's going on. How many filters of things that are hurting the effective life that are being taken away. How powerful and transformative. I am sorry. Please, forgive me. I love you. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. If you have already knew the Ho'oponopono, now gather with the methodology of gratitude, so you see how much will enhance the results. If you already knew the gratitude, the power of gratitude and did not the Ho'oponopono, now you are having the chance to know one more methodology that is very transformative, and unites these two into only one. Try it. In a few days, you will already see many results. Some things are immediate. On the same day. I've had situations where I have to broker a conflict between two people fighting very badly, and arguing a lot. And no one will be able to overcome. And mentally I started, I am sorry, please, forgive me, I love you, I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. I am sorry, please, forgive me, I love you, I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. I just kept repeating while the people are arguing, and then they were getting calming down and suddenly, one looked at another and apologized. And the people around asking themselves what happened, and I just gave that little smile, thinking, little secrets of Marcia. It is very powerful. You will see spectacular results. I know. It is so simple that some people will say, I don't know. It will be that such a simple little thing can bring some result? Do the following, my dear. Instead of being doubting, as you did until today. Just try it. Because life is very simple. We are the ones who complicates life. So the solutions to life's problems are also very simple. And that's why you need to exercise. I'm going to write the phrases down here, so you can practice. And I'll wait for your comments. Telling if you've already know the power of gratitude. If you already know the power of the Ho'oponopono. If you have already experienced it in life. And what you thought of uniting these two techniques. Write down here in the comments sections. If you have someone you think needs this video, then share. And remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel, if you haven't subscribed yet. Just press that little bell, because it turns on the notifications and warns you when we have new video. And there's something else. I need to know if you enjoyed this help. So if you really enjoyed, press the like button, so I can continue producing. I will make several exercises. Several videos of Ho'oponopono with gratitude, to be able to help you with this new methodology, that unites the best of both worlds, the best of Ho'oponopono with the best of gratitude. Look what a wonderful thing. A big kiss for you. And start practicing right now.